You're listening to User Media. Hello, American Pickers. Friends, welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The death occurred 2 years after Frank was placed under guardianship and left wheelchair-bound following a crippling stroke in July 2022 in order to be with his friend before he passed away in hospice care. Surrounded by loved ones, Mike, 60, hurried from Tennessee to Iowa. Mike appeared in his hometown of La Claire, Iowa, on Wednesday, October 2nd, for the first time since Frank's death, according to exclusive images obtained by the U.S. Sun. Mike spent the majority of the day completing the renovations at Two Lanes Guest House, his vacation rental in Iowa. Mike's sister, Beth, could be seen helping her brother as he walked in and out of the house to grab tools and antiques from his car. Throughout the day, Mike was in a more somber mood than usual, as he kept his head down and rarely cracked a smile while working. He wore a blue button-down shirt, jeans, and a hat. Later in the day, he changed into a t-shirt as he continued to work on the home. Mike then returned to his Iowa home for the evening after a long day of work. The American Pickers star purchased his 3,168-square-foot Iowa home for $180,000 in 2004. American Pickers star Fritz dead at 60 after suffering stroke, as co-star Wolfe says, "I will miss you so much." The home is a 2-story duplex with an apartment on the second floor, as a business occupies the first story. The building features 2 garages, back patio with a wood deck, and views of the Mississippi River with Illinois seen in the distance. As for the vacation rental, Mike purchased the 2,142-square-foot building for $300,000 in December 2021. The 2-story house was built in 1880 and features 3 bedrooms, a basement, a fireplace, and more amenities. The U.S. Sun previously revealed the renovations Mike made to the home, including painting the previous off-white building a dark green with black trimming. The backyard features a wooden porch with views of the Mississippi River, a newly installed stone fire pit, and a contemporary black steel railing. Mike has been using Instagram to keep fans informed about the renovations. Additionally, Mike owns a vacation rental housed in a historic 1857 building in Columbia, Tennessee. As he talked to friends and employees, he appeared solemn, and then he started moving furniture. The seasoned reality star wore brown boots, a black t-shirt, and distressed denim. He gave a friend a big hug as he worked on his property. Mike announced Frank's passing on Tuesday morning with an Instagram post that read, "It's with a broken heart that I share with all of you that Frank passed away last night. I've known Frank for more than half my life, and what you've seen on TV has always been what I have seen. A dreamer who was just as sensitive as he was funny. The same off-camera as he was on, Frank had a way of reaching the hearts of so many by just being himself. Who would have ever dreamed we would share the cockpit of a white cargo van in front of millions of people interested in our adventures? Before the show, we would take off together to places we never knew existed, with no destination in mind, and just the shared passion to discover something interesting and historic. He took time off to recover from back surgery, leaving him with 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. During his time off the show, he entered rehab for alcohol addiction in Iowa for 77 days. Frank had a falling out with Mike, as he had not been asked to return to the show. Frank exclusively told the U.S. Sun in a 2021 interview, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. That's just how it is. I think Mike wants to get his brother Robbie in there to replace me. I don't know why he's behaving like that towards me." Though he had been open about wanting to return to the series after his hiatus, Mike confirmed he was officially let go in 2021. The two ultimately reconciled after Frank suffered the stroke. Fritz was placed under a conservatorship in August 2022. Just weeks after he suffered a stroke, Frank suffered a stroke in his Iowa home in July 2022. Frank was unable to recover from the stroke, as he was rushed to the hospital 4 times in 2022 and 2023 for pneumonia and a seizure. Frank's close friends even filed for a conservatorship and guardianship for him in August 2022. Midwest One Bank acted as Frank's conservator, while his close friend Chris Davis served as his guardian. Because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur, documents obtained by the U.S. Sun read. Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs. Decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries. The appointment of a guardian and conservator was deemed necessary to avoid immediate harm to him. Frank was wheelchair-bound after suffering the stroke as a ramp was installed outside of his Iowa farm home. He can walk, but he's always going to need the wheelchair because he can't walk long distances, a source previously told the U.S. Sun. Basically, you lose motion. He lost motion. A stroke can affect your left or your right side. It affected his right side. But the insider insisted Frank never lost his lovable personality. As the source said at the time, he's the same old Frank. He has a good attitude and a great sense of humor. We crack jokes all the time. You got to make the best of the situation, so he's come to terms with all of that. His mind is right, he's a happy guy, and his sense of humor is there. Then in his final months, Frank's condition got worse. A source exclusively told the U.S. Sun he has been bad since the stroke, and he had been getting worse. He was unable to move the right side of his body. He needed 24-hour care. There was no way he was getting better. He was in a home. In July 2024, conservator Midwest One demanded bread. They were given Frank's money because the celebrity at the time required skilled and ongoing nursing care. Chris Davis, Frank's close friend and guardian, exclusively told the U.S. Sun about the late History Channel star's funeral arrangements. The future will be a celebration of life. It will be large. Fans are welcome. My band is one of the many bands that have already expressed interest in playing. Most likely this will happen in the spring. I will say Frank loved his fans, and he passed away peacefully with friends at his side, Chris continued, referring to his close friend. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my YSR Media to our channel and stay with us.